Week 10 underway. Let's get started because I don't have time for this bullshit. First up is a very nice, crappy game in Munich, Germany, featuring the New York Giants and the Carolina Panthers. The Giants just got done losing yet another football game, prematurely ending their season. The Panthers are already done, yet they got a victory over the Saints. Thanks to the Saints being complete and utter fucking retards and losing to the Panthers. That was a little redundant, I know, but I'm not making this fucking video again. Take the Panthers. No one cares about this game. Next up, Patriots going on the road to take on the Chicago Bears. Last time these two teams met was 2 seasons ago, and the Bears picked up one of only 3 victories on the season, and one of those 3 victories was against the Patriots. That would be the last time they won a game in 2022, though. Of course, it's now 2 years later. The Patriots are the team that's on the downward trend, at least currently at the moment. Yeah, and the Bears, they just got done getting their asses kicked by the Arizona Cardinals. Wow. Take the Bears to defeat the Patriots, though, because you never know, but, you know. Anyway, 49ers going on the road to take on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Now, the Buccaneers are being criticized for not going for 2 after they just scored a touchdown. And quite frankly, I don't think the criticism's warranted. I get it though. I totally get it though. It's the Chiefs, and you want the Buccaneers to at least beat the Chiefs. I get all that. But anyone that thought that going for 2 would have been a great idea, needs to rewatch this past Thursday night's game between the Bengals and the Ravens. Ravens pulled that horse shit, and they fail. Like, give me a fucking break. With that being said, I am actually going to take the Buccaneers to defeat the 49ers. It's a shock, I know. I understand the 49ers I believe, came off a bye week. I could be wrong. Well, though I don't think so. Yeah, they did. They came off a bye week. But I think Tampa is due for a victory at some point. If they do lose this game, it's because the problems at wide receiver, etc., are still there. And I'll just leave it at that. Baker hasn't been playing too badly since the injuries to Mike Evans and Chris Godwin. Of course, Mike Evans is expected to be back at some point. But yeah, take the Buccaneers to win. Broncos going on the road to take on the Kansas City Chiefs. Well, Broncos, you finally got back to reality. Like when you lost to the Baltimore Ravens. It's 41-10, and this has been the worst. And this was Denver's all around. This was Denver's worst performance since the Detroit game last season. That was a rough game for me to watch. And now you're facing the Chiefs. I understand the Chiefs have injuries, but I don't think the Broncos are going to roll into Kansas City and pull off the upset this week. Like, if I'm wrong, so be it. I understand the Broncos picked up their first victory in God knows how long against the Chiefs last year. I don't see the Broncos starting a 2-game win streak all of a sudden against the Chiefs. So yeah, Chiefs, end of story, moving on. Bills going on the road to take on the Indianapolis Colts. So much for Joe Flacco proving that he still has it, because I understand it's the Vikings defense, and let's be honest about it. And let's be honest though, if Anthony Richardson was still the starter, this team would have been. The game wouldn't have been close to begin. Would not have been close to begin with. Would not have been. Give me a break. And now they're facing the Buffalo Bills team. I understand they got to lose at some point, but it's not going to be here. Take the Bills to defeat the Colts. Steelers going on the road to take on the Washington Commanders. The Commanders are 7-2. That has not happened since 1996. And that season they finished like 9-7 or something like that. They started 7-1 and finished 9-7. Could this season produce that same result? I'm not so sure about that per se, but I gotta take the Steelers to defeat the Washington Commanders. Ever since Russell Wilson became the starting quarterback, and so far the Steelers are 2-0 with Russell Wilson. So when I see that, it's like, yeah, they're proving something right, and it speaks to a bigger it spoke to a much bigger issue with Denver. Just saying. But yeah, I gotta take the Steelers to win here. All right, Vikings going on the road to take on the Jacksonville Jaguars. Will Jacksonville pull off the upset, or will the Vikings get their heads out of their asses? This could be a classic trap game for the Jacksonville Jaguars, for the Vikings. And so with that being said, I got to flip for this one. Oh my God, it landed on my hand. Hallelujah. Oof, landed heads. I got to take, and you know what? Call me crazy, call me cuckoo. I'm taking Jacksonville to defeat the Minnesota Vikings. I was not impressed with the Vikings. This might be Jacksonville's last. This might be one of the few more times that I take Jacksonville to win games. We'll wait and see about that. All right, Falcons going on the road to take on the Saints. The Saints finally fired Dennis Allen. Yay! Hey, now you gotta go and fire Mickey Loomis by season's end at the very latest. There's no excuses for him to keep his job. I don't care how well he did in the draft, and he didn't do that well in the fucking draft. He's still responsible for keeping the Saints in the red as far as salary cap goes each and every season. So give me a fucking break. As far as the Falcons go, they just got done essentially ending the Cowboys season. That's all I've got to say about that. Unless retarded bullshit happens, Falcons, end of story, moving on. Alright, late afternoon games. Titans going on the road to take on the Los Angeles Chargers of San Diego. Shockingly, one of my stations has this game. Unless retarded bullshit happens, and I apologize for not taking the Chargers last week, that is my fault. Okay, I should have known that the Browns would lost victory against the Ravens was a fluke, a fucking fluke. Jesus Christ. Unless more retarded bullshit happens, Chargers, end of story, moving on. Jets going on the road to take on the Arizona Cardinals. Well, the Jets actually picked up a victory against the Houston Texans, and Houston might be in trouble. More on that later. And here's my question: will the Cardinals get too cocky when it comes to the Jets? Because I get it. They better not be, because they just beat the Houston Texans. The Jets did last week. Or was that victory over the Texans just a fucking fluke? Gotta flip for this one. Coin flip time, motherfuckers. It landed heads, fine. Take the Cardinals to defeat the Jets, but the Cardinals are on upset alert as far as I'm concerned. Let's fucking go, please. Hello? Oh, go fuck yourself with dildos. Anyway, Okay, Eagles going on the road to take on the Dallas Cowboys. I was going to take the Dallas Cowboys, but then Dak Prescott got injured his hamstring, and he is out for at least 4 weeks, but apparently it's going to be longer than 4 weeks. Yikes. And no offense to Cooper Rush because he actually did well in the absence of Dak Prescott, but this is not the same Cowboys team from 2 years ago, the last time he started a football game. I hate to say it, but it's true. It wouldn't shock me if the Cowboys finally get a home win. Maybe I'll take the Eagles. Maybe I'll jinx the Eagles, and the Cowboys will finally get their home victory. Can you believe? Yeah, I'm not surprised that this is the second half of the national doubleheader on CBS. Fucking wonderful. Anyway, all right, Sunday Night Football. Lions going on the road to take on the Houston Texans. My bad, Detroit. My fucking bad. And listen, I know I'm not a fan of coaches tooting their own horn, but I agree with Dan Campbell. With Dan Campbell, the head coach of the Lions. The Lions are built for the outdoors, despite the fact that they're an indoor football team. It is what it is. They're still playing. They're still playing at a high level. The Houston Texans are in trouble if their wide receivers are not. If they don't get Nico Collins back and Tank Dell, they probably need both of them. It's starting. They'll clinch the division maybe again, but if they don't get their shit together, they will be an early round exit. In the playoffs this go around. The rest of that, they're gonna clinch the division, I believe. The rest of the South sucks. God, I'll take the Texans one more time, and nothing again. You're welcome, Detroit, but I gotta do it. All right, and last up, exclusively on ESPN, Dolphins going on the road to take on the Los Angeles Rams. Oh boy, do the Dolphins have any pride left, or are the Dolphins just done? I'm not so sure. So I got to flip for this one. If my quarter can cooperate. There we go. Atlanta Tails. Yeah, I got to take the Miami Dolphins. I don't see the Rams just beating the Miami Dolphins. Their season's over. The Dolphins' season is, but can they salvage their season and try and get a respectable record out of it? We'll wait and see. And let's see what happens when the chaos continues. That's it. That's all. Pick changes will be in the description box if necessary. Till next time, later, fuckers.